Today we're going to talk about normals. So in this section, normals are a perpendicular line to a tangent of a curve. So basically, if I've got this curve here, here's my function as the ground line. The tangent line is a line that touches the curve at one place, and a normal is a line that's perpendicular to the blue tangent line. Okay, so the slope of a normal is the negative reciprocal of the tangent slope. Okay, so if this slope was, let's just say it was negative half, then this would have a slope of positive 2. You'll see an example in a minute. Now, this is the equation of the line, and in case you want to know, it's also in our formula packet. You should start getting comfortable in using our formula packet because you will have access to this on the IB test. So the first question we're going to be working on is find the equation of the normal to f of x equals x squared minus 4x plus 3 at a point where x equals 4. So the very first thing I'm going to need to do is I need to figure out, okay, well, what's the y value at this point? So in order to figure out the y value, I'm going to have to plug in 4 in for x. So if I plug in 4 in for x, we end up with 4 squared minus 4 times 4 plus 3. So then we end up with 16 minus 16 plus 3, so equals 3. So the point, the y value is 3, and the point is going to be 4, 3. All right, so now the next thing we have to do is we need to find the slope. So given any function, you can figure out the slope by finding the derivative. So if I find the derivative of this, the power comes down and decreases by 1. So the derivative is going to be 2x minus 4. And so there's our formula for the derivative, and I'm going to plug in 4 in place of x. So I'm going to have 2 times 4 minus 4. So 2 times 4 minus 4, that's going to give me 8 minus 4, which is 4. So our slope is going to be equal to, our slope is going to be equal to 4. Okay. So now the next step is, okay, so if my slope is equal to 4, then my perpendicular slope is going to be the opposite sign and reciprocal. Okay. You may want to hit pause if you need to spend more time copying this down. Okay, so next, now that I've got a point, which is 4, 3, and I've got a slope of negative 1/4, we can find the equation of the line. So using this equation that I mentioned before, which is y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. So I'm going to put in the slope here. So here's my slope. And that point 4, 3, I'm going to plug in the 4 in for x and the 3 in for y for this equation here. And then we simplify. So we distributive property with the 1/4. We end up with 1/4 x plus 1. And then I add 3 on both sides, and we end up with this. And that is your equation of the normal at x equals 4. So if you were to graph it using your graphing calculator, so here's my equation of x squared minus 4x plus 3, and so my normal would be perpendicular, and it would look like this. That would be my normal line. Okay. All right, let's do another example. Okay. So find the point where the normal of y equals x squared minus 3 at 1 minus 2, or 1 comma negative 2 meets the curve again. So first of all, let's just type this in so you can see what it looks like. So y equals x squared minus 3, and we've got this graph here. Now, first of all, at the point 1, negative 2, we're going to find that in just a minute, and we'll come back to this graph. Okay, so first thing I need to find the slope at the tangent. So I'm going to find the derivative, which is going to be 2x, and then I'm going to plug in 1 in place of x. So then I'm going to get a tangent, which is 2. Okay, now the normal slope is going to be the opposite sign of the reciprocal, so my normal slope is going to be negative 1/2. Okay, so next, so I'm going to use y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, so I'm going to replace my slope with negative 1/2, right? And we've got our point, which is 1 comma negative 2. I'm going to replace those values with the 1, negative 2. Okay, now I can do distributive property with the negative 1/2. So I get negative 1/2 x and plus 1/2. And then the last step is I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides, and I get this equation. Okay, so let's type that equation in the calculator just so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to get y2 equals negative 0.5 x minus 1.5. Okay, let's move this up so you can see what's going on. Okay, and if I hit graph, you can see what that looks like. And just for reference, 1 comma negative 2 is right here. See where my pen's pointing? So we need to figure out the one that's over here. So here's what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is, you can see that I've typed in these equations and I've got my graph here. Okay, and then I've also entered in, this is my normal equation. So this right here is the normal equation. This point right here is 1 comma negative 2. And the question says, where does the normal line meet the curve again? So the normal line meets the curve again at this point right here. Okay, so in order to figure out where it intersects, the thing I have to do is I'm going to hit second trace on the calculator. And then I'm going to hit 5 for intersect. And then I'm going to arrow over until I get to this point. And then you hit enter, 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 and then you're going to get the intersection, which is what they wanted to find. So let's do these steps right now. Okay. Trying to make it not glare. Okay, that's good. So second trace, and I'm going to arrow down to 5 where it says intersect, hit enter, and now I need to hit arrow over to there, and then it says first curve, it's got that equation, I hit enter. It says second curve, it's got the equation of the straight line, I hit enter. It says guess, you just hit enter, and now it says da 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 da, there's my intersection, -1, comma, -7.75. And that should help you with tonight's homework.